Hi, it's Gordon from Kolena here. Today I'll be demoing the AutoArena app, which allows you to automatically stack rank different versions of your GenAI system, whether that's changing different models or changing your prompts or changing the way that you maybe retrieve context from a RAG system. Allows you to rank how a given version of your system performs against all other versions by automating the head-to-head comparison process of voting for this one's better or that one's better or neither's better, and feeds that into ELO score calculations that give you a global leaderboard that show you what your best version of your system is. So we're looking at an example here that is just looking at different base models. And you can see for all of these models, we have an associated ELO score and confidence interval, along with a number of data points that we've uploaded from that model and the number of votes that have been cast that have contributed to this ELO score. If we click into one of these rows, we see how this model's score has changed as we've collected more votes. And we see all of the models that it had head-to-heads against and how the votes came in. What proportion of those head-to-heads did it win, lose, and tie? We can add a new model here to automatically run this stack ranking process by configuring some judge models that will be performing that A or B or neither decision process. So I'm going to go over to the Judges tab here and add a couple of judges, which we'll call a jury of judges. I'll add the Cohere Command R model. I'll add the OpenAI GPT-4o Mini model. And I'll also add Anthropic's Claude 3 Haiku model. And now that we have these judges configured for automated evaluation, we can go ahead and upload new model results and automatically see how that new model stacks up against existing models on my leaderboard. So I'm going to go ahead here and click Add Model. And I'll go and upload GPT-4o Mini, which isn't on this leaderboard yet because it came out a little bit before GPT-4o Mini was released. And so I'll click Upload here. And you can see that we've added that model. And this will also kick off a task here for this automated head-to-head judging. We're using those three models that we just configured, and we've automatically matched up the data points that we just uploaded from GPT-4o Mini against other models that have been tested. And we found 145 cases where they both had the same prompts, and we're going to now be comparing those responses. We're starting out this judging process, and this is running concurrently, so it should take just a couple of minutes to go through all of those examples. But while we're waiting, I want to show you what it looks like to both look at these ratings that have come in and also provide your own ratings to be a human judge and see how you would have stacked up these models if you had done the rating process. So I can go ahead here and click this Compare Head-to-Head, which will take us to this Head-to-Head tab, where we see all of the different prompts that these two models, in this case, we're looking at two different versions of this GPT-4 model, and all of the different answers that they've given to user prompts. So what's the best country to find good seashells? They've given two different responses here. And in this case, I like the way that this newer GPT-4 model is bolding the different titles. I think it's a little easier to skim, and I think that it does a better job of providing good information. So I'm going to go ahead and vote here and click left, and that'll save that vote, update the ELO scores and the leaderboard based on that new vote that's come in. And I can go through this process to accumulate human ratings that show what I really think, how I think these models should stack up. If we want to review previous ratings, we can also see that here. So any previous judgments that have been done on this pair, we can click Show Judging History and see that, okay, in this case, the human rating that we've already collected is voting for this GPT-4 preview model as better. So we can go through some of these and see how the humans would have voted. And you can use this to build up a library of human ratings that will feed into a fine-tuning of a specific judge model for your task, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So let's check the status here. We've completed judging with Command R, we've completed judging with GPT-4o Mini, and it looks like we're just about done with this Claude 3 Haiku model. So once the final responses from Claude 3 Haiku come in, we're going to recompute the leaderboard rankings. That includes the ELO scores for all the different models, as well as the confidence intervals associated with it. And we'll see how this model that we just tested, this new GPT-4o Mini that we uploaded, we'll see how that compares against everything else. So it finished judging in 143 seconds. The other two took a little bit under 2 minutes. And we're recomputing leaderboard rankings. You can see that that task completed. So this full judgment process took about 2.5 minutes to go through 145 of these different ratings with 3 different models and recompute the new standings on the leaderboard. So if we come back over here, we can see now that our GPT-4o mini has landed at 4th on the leaderboard. It's ahead of a lot of other models, but behind these GPT-4 flagship models, which is maybe what we could have expected. So we can come in here and see how each of these different judges voted. And if we want to see how the leaderboard would have shook up from a specific judge, we can click here and see, okay, just from the lens of Command R, how do these votes shake out? So you can also here go and click into any of these rows and see those head-to-heads. And now when we show judging history, we see all of those different judges that we configured earlier and how they voted. So we can find places maybe where they disagree or places where they really strongly agree that one is better than another. And we can similarly provide our human ratings here. We can also use hotkeys left, right, or down to make this process very fast. One of the reasons why you might be interested in providing human ratings is so that you can then fine-tune a judge model that gets much better performance at modeling how you would have voted than even a jury of these smaller models, which is already quite good. Once we've collected human ratings, we can go to this custom fine-tune tab here. And in this case, we see we have 47,000 manual ratings, which is quite a lot. This will be good to fine-tune a very complex and challenging task. But for simple tasks, you might only need 100 or 1,000 or 2,000 manual ratings to get a really good, greater than 10% classification performance improvement on modeling how a human would have voted. So let's use these, and we'll select a base model from the list of available base models here. We'll do this Gemma 2 billion parameter base model. We can configure the system prompt for this fine tuning, and we get an estimated training time of 5 hours. If we go ahead and create this, this kicks off a long running job that will take about 5 hours to complete. And once that's done, we will have this newly trained custom judge here available in our judges list and available to run automatically whenever we update any new model results. So this was a quick demo of the AutoArena app. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. Thanks.